Right, testing, 1 2 1 2. Hello everyone and welcome to another Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019 stream. In today's stream we will be doing snow runs on the East Point branch. Let me get the snow. Maybe session options, heavy snow. And let me see if I want to change the time a little bit. I like this. Okay, so it's morning and the snow is just beginning to fall. Here we have a DB218 consist. Oh, the floor is transparent. I like it. Here we have a DB218 consist with a Shinkansen 0 set. I think it's number like 918 or something. Yeah, it starts at 918. I forgot that I ordered these in the 900 series. With the 4-track asset, the floor is transparent for some cool reason. Alright, it's going to be, let's see, be train 85 to East Point. And we're going to get on right now. This is a Shinkansen 0. The engine powering it is a DB218, and let's just set up our views. Okay, it's car number 1. That's the engine. Car number 2, we can have a higher view. Or we could do this view too. Yeah, I like that view. Set up car number 3. I like that. What about car number 4? Yep. Okay, perfect. Oh, we went all the way to the front of the consist? I guess this is the front. Why are we facing that way? We should be facing this way. Alright. This is a 2 o'clock train to East Point, stopping at Parkside, Woodside, Jamaica. Skyview Airport. Hold on, I want to get my stop list so I'll have everything here. Let me just do that real quick. It's going to be this page. It's going to be train stops for Slicken and Customia. Okay, once again, this is the 2 o'clock train, train 85 to East Point, stopping at Woodside, after Parkside, Woodside, Jamaica, Why am I messing up the stops right now? Alright, let's try again. This will be the 2 o'clock train to East Point, train 85, stopping at Parkside, Woodside, Jamaica, Skyview Airport, Chirpace, Central Plaza, Orchard Gardens, Greenfield, Great Plains, Springtree, Spruce Lane, Birchwood, Starville, Acorn Peak, Ridgewood, Blueport, Bayfield, Oakdale, Cobutte, Aquita, River Park, Oceanfront, Bay Channel, Farside, and East Point. Time now is 2 o'clock p.m. Stand clear of the closing train doors on track 3. What's up, Orion v. Orion? Did you hear about the R211s that caught fire on the G? Yes, I did. There was a few of them. I think 3630 to 34 was one of them. Another one was the R211T consist. I think there might have been a 3500 as well. It's been like at least 4 or 5 R211s that have caught fire on the G line for some reason. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Parkside. As you can see, the westbound track goes over the leads to enter Customia Terminal, which I think is pretty cool. Before, it used to cross over at grade level, but I decided that that could be potentially inconvenient, so I fixed it. This station is Parkside. This station is Parkside. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Woodside. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Woodside. At this point, should they give the GS R160s back? Because why are these hunk of junk 211s constantly catching fire? Well, we don't know what it is right now. It's too early to say. It could be a problem with the gearboxes again, like we experienced in late 2023, where they had to ground the 6 R211s that were in service at the time. Might have actually been 7 or 8, but however many trains were in service at that time, they had to ground them back in October of 2023. I think it actually happened on the anniversary of the Nova LFS hybrids being grounded for door issues. I think it was October 19, 2023. Don't quote me on it though. It's been a while. And this station is Woodside. Transfers available to the M and V trains. I almost said P and V trains, but then I remembered that I adjusted the service schedules on some of my routes. The P is serving an entirely different line now. And this station is Woodside. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Jamaica. As you leave the train, please step over the gap between the train and the platform. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Jamaica. But Orion v. Orion, following on your earlier point of possibly bringing the R160s back to the G line, it did happen for a day earlier this month. Like, they had like maybe 7 or 8 R160s on the G. It was impressive and unexpected. If the R160s were still in the G, the B would be full of 211s and less R68As, and the D could get 211. Oh, you gotta be patient. People want the D to get those 211s so bad. I just want the D to keep its 68s, being honest with you. Didn't the HEVs have door problems back in 2021? You said 2023. Oh no, I was saying that the R211s broke down in 2023 with the gearbox issues. That the gearbox issues were discovered, I believe, on October 19, 2023, which was the 2-year anniversary of the LFS hybrids having plug door malfunction issues, which happened back in 2021. That's all I was saying. I was saying that when the 211s had their issues in 2023, it was a 2-year anniversary since the HEVs had their issues. Alright, we're passing by Greenfield now. Goated Station. Let's go look at our Shinkansen Zero cars. This is car 924. Because currently the consist is numbered between 918 and 924, which is 7 cars. We're at our maximum speed of 90 miles per hour. I believe under some circumstances this train can do 91, but 90 is good enough for me. It's too much sunburn I'm getting there. It's sad that the R160s only ran on the G for a day. We'll probably never see R160s on the N&W again unless a loan from Jamaica Yard happens. Well, I mean, I don't know. The MTA is an unpredictable agency. Anything can happen from day to day. And I've learned that over my years of observation of this agency. Like, you can't sleep on them and say, oh, well, this is done or that's done, because they'll pull left field moves on you out of nowhere. Be like, what? There's our DL and W2V2 cars. And underneath we should have our R46. Oh wait, oh yeah, still there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Jamaica Station, Jamaica. Jamaica Station is next. We'll be able to transfer to the C, E, Z, and 5 trains. We'll also be able to transfer to some shuttle bus services downstairs. And we're currently passing by a shoreliner. Slow down a little bit so you could observe the older Customia Railroad cars that are in our fleet. At Jamaica, you may also transfer to railroad branches going to Builders Mall, Shoreside, the Bronx, Farmingdale, South Farmingdale, Bayport, Boundary Beach, the Village, and other branches. This is the train to East Point. We will not be going to Bayport. Ladies and gentlemen, when going downstairs, please use caution as they may be slippery today due to inclement weather. Also, please take your time and walk. Do not run on the platform, and please stay away from the platform edge. We are now arriving at Jamaica Station. Ladies and gentlemen, we're arriving at Jamaica Station. This is Jamaica. We're coming in on track 7. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jamaica Station. And this station is Jamaica. This station is Jamaica. This is the train to East Point. Stopping at Skyview Airport, Chirpace, Central Plaza, Orchard Gardens, Greenfield, Great Plains, Springtree, Spruce Lane, Birchwood, Starville, Acorn Peak, Ridgewood, Blueport, Bayfield, Oakdale, Cobutte, Aquita, River Park, Oceanfront, Bay Channel, Farside, East Point. The next station is Skyview Airport, Ladies and gentlemen, next station will be Skyview Airport. Stand clear. Oh hey, what's up Broadway 8942? Glad you could join us. Currently passing between Jamaica and Outer Bridge. Outer Bridge is a fictional station on the Customia Railroad. It's basically a what-if scenario if the abandoned station between Jamaica and Hillside Support still existed. I forgot what they called that, but there is a real abandoned station near Jamaica on the Long Island Railroad. I'm sure Broadway 8942 remembers. Oh, right, it was Union Hall. It was Union Hall. I remember now. I had brain fog. Just like when I forgot what Herald Interlocking was called. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Skyview Airport. We will be taking a quick break at Skyview Airport. Here we go. Passing by Hillside Support Facility. An R160 ran on the queue overnight again, between the 23rd and the 26th. Oh, setting new records, I see. Okay, I'll be sure to talk about that in the... I'll be sure to talk about that in the February 2026 recap whenever I get to it. Because right now, I'm still working on January 2025, believe it or not. I just finished like 19 minutes of that update slash recap. It's gonna be mad fun when Subway content starts coming out again. Like, I like how I just did 19 minutes in one day out of nowhere, and then never repeated that again. I don't know what happened. I had like a spurt of energy on that day. Here's the famous Groovy Gardens, which preceded, what was it called? Harmony Heights, the station we just passed before this one. And I think the next one is going to be Coral Square, if I'm not mistaken. And then we're coming into Skyview Airport, where we would take a quick break. I like how you can see the silhouette of the airport. This station is Skyview Airport. Connection is available to the JFK Express. This station is Skyview Airport. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Chirpace. We are being held momentarily by the train's dispatcher. Thank you for your patience. Are these Shinkansen Zero coach cars with DB218? Absolutely. I'm weird with hybridization. I basically pulled an Acela, taking cars from one agency and powering them with engines from another agency. 2026 is the new 2016. Oh, I hope not. For me, it's like a combination of 2023 and 2024 with a tinge of 2018 in terms of West Farms getting new equipment. But hopefully we can make this year better than 2016. Okay, 5-minute break real quick. We back, baby. I apologize for the delay. Hope you enjoy watching planes go by. I might actually keep that in the recording rather than editing it out. Alright, I'm back. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. It's like the rainbow era of Amtrak in the 1970s when they were using all the equipment they had from former passenger agencies, like a melting pot of equipment rather than standardization. You, sir, essentially just described the Customia Railroad. This station is Skyview Airport. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Chirpace. I'm kind of waiting to see if a plane passes by before I, Oh wait, you've seen enough plane bypasses. Let's go. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Chirpace. Yeah, once again, guys, I apologize for the delay. I had to take my laundry out of the washer and put it in the dryer, so I had to go downstairs to do that. Whoa! You gotta be... Nah. Oh, nah. Nah, bro, nah. Y'all bugging. Y'all can't do this to me. We just started. Don't crash out. Don't crash out. It's only almost 2:30. Don't crash out. This station is Chirpace. Transfer is available to the Farmingdale and South Farmingdale branches. Alright. Oh, hell no. What's up, R262, by the way? Welcome to the stream. This station is Chirpace. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Central Plaza. At least this is the first time that I've done the snow runs where I actually stopped at Chirpace. Oh, by the way, before we shut the doors, let me just remind everyone that connections are available to the Farmingdale and South Farmingdale branches at this station. So if you need service to either of those two terminals or the stops in between, please get off here. Or if you need access to the Boundary Beach branch or either of the one-track branches, please get off here and transfer to a local train, an electric train going to those destinations. Central Plaza will be the next stop, where you'll be able to transfer to the Bayport branch as well as local service to Greenfield. Stand clear of closing train doors. I'm so glad NJTE is not here, because he'd be roasting me on two fronts. Roasting me on the fact that I haven't delivered an other systems update since July of 2024, and also roasting me on the fact that I can't drive in my own simulator. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Central Plaza. Those are the leads to Boundary Beach over there. That would be funny if it was actually named Boundary Breach. No, those are the leads going to Boundary Beach. That is served by electric trains. It was inspired by the Long Beach branch. Don't drive like me, please. That's a one-track branch going to a village. Passing by Circuit Place. This station is Central Plaza. This is your last opportunity to transfer to branches going to Hazleton, Bayport, and Greenfield via local. This station is Central Plaza. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Orchard Gardens. As you can probably tell, this is my version of Nassau Tower. What's up, traveler? Welcome to the stream. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Orchard Gardens. This station is Orchard Gardens. Fun fact, I wasn't actually supposed to stop here. I just called it by accident. So I said, what the heck, we'll stop here. Like, the 534 to Jamaica from Huntington is a double-decker coach train, and it makes stops at Cold Spring Harbor and Syosset, which is incredibly rare for double-decker trains. Because usually they always just skip those two stations. But the early morning train makes those two stops due to how sporadic weekend early morning services. This station is Orchard Gardens. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Greenfield. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed your connection to Bayport, you can either get off here and transfer to a train going west to enter Customia Terminal or West Change, or you can stay on this train, get off at Greenfield, and transfer to the North River branch, which will connect you to the Bayport branch at Lakeview. Stand clear of the closing train doors. Greenfield is next. It's been almost a year since the 211Ts have been on the G. That is true. Which means that they're now 2 years old. Man, time flies quickly. But nah, these 2020s are something else. Like, the 2020s are not going by the way normal years will go by. Oh yeah, I forgot that I added gate crossings on the Greenfield branch. Nice new addition to the line. I'm actually beating the crossings faster than the gates can come down. Sorry, Greenfielders, this is not your train. And this is the train to East Point. The next station is Greenfield. Ready to see the R211As on the D? You might be, but I'm not. In case you couldn't tell, the Greenfield branch was heavily inspired by the Ronkonkoma branch, based off of all the gated crossings. I like this view. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching Greenfield Station. Greenfield will be the next stop. There you will be able to transfer to local service heading back to Jamaica, enter Customia Terminal and West Change if you missed any stops. If you want to continue out east, please stay on this train. This train will be connecting with the Valley service at Ridgewood. If you wish to travel along the North River branch, please get off at the next stop, which is Greenfield, and transfer to the North River shuttle. They'll also connect you with the Bayport branch at Lakeview Station. Electrification will end at this station. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, approaching Greenfield, electrification is coming to an end at this station. Why is that word so hard for me to say all of a sudden? This station is Greenfield. Connection is available to the North River shuttle. This station is Greenfield. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Great Plains. R211 on the D tomorrow? Absolutely not. No. I remember when people thought 3680 and up were going to go to the D line. And they probably would have had the A not hijacked some of the 3600s during Schittler's shutdown. Other lines, just like depots robbing other depots. It'll never come to an end because the MTA is chaotic. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Great Plains. That's the track leading towards North River, diverging away from us. Man, I love Riqqua. In case you didn't know, Riqqua is the name for my Long Island region. Those switch tracks lead to a branch that hasn't been built yet. That's why I didn't call it at Greenfield. How are you going to transfer to a branch that doesn't exist? 2nd Avenue Phase 2. This station is Great Plains. This train has very strange acceleration, but it's fun. switch back over to this side because our platforms are going to be on the right. This station is Great Plains. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Springtree. Got a crossing here. Immediately followed by a switch. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Springtree. This station is Springtree. Man, these crossings really came in handy. This station is Springtree. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Spruce Lane. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Spruce Lane. Is this a 0 Series Shinkansen? Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a Shinkansen 0 or Shinkansen Naught. Depends on how you want to refer to your 0. It's supposed to go 201 miles per hour, but because I integrated it with DB218s, it is incapable of reaching its maximum speed. It's like what Acela did by essentially using the TGV and the Via Rail cars as inspiration and making a hybridization of both. This station is Spruce Lane. This station is Spruce Lane. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Birchwood. Man, the East Point branch is kind of fun, but long. Can't deny it's long. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Birchwood. Have I gone through Rogers Junction? Not since like 2023. Well, I didn't even go past Rogers Junction that day. I just went up to it. I think the last time I went past Rogers Junction will probably be in 2021 when I found the B-98 vaccine shuttle. Man, fun times. Anyways, this station is Birchwood. Yeah, we're on diesel only territory ever since we got past Greenfield. This station is Birchwood. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Starville. Alright, going forward from Birchwood, the line becomes a one-track branch. Zach Tranz's favorite kind of branch is one-track branches. Just ask him about the West Hempstead branch, he'll tell you all about it. Although this is a one-track branch, you'll see two-track or three-track stations. This station is Starville. I like how the 25 next to their fleet number implies that these were built in 2025, which is technically true. Like, I think they were actually placed in 2024. This station is Starville. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Acorn Peak. Let's get in position here. I may have to flip. All right. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Acorn Peak. What's my favorite Shinkansen train type? It's a tie between this one, the Shinkansen 0/Shinkansen Naught, and the Shinkansen E4. It's a tie. If the Shinkansen E4s had interior views, those would be my favorite train types. I'm sad that JR got rid of them. Should have kept them. This station is Acorn Peak. As we go further east, you'll see that now my signals are named after the stations. Just like the Port Jefferson branch, and I think the Montauk branch as well. This station is Acorn Peak. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Ridgewood. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Ridgewood. Ladies and gentlemen, at Ridgewood you will be able to connect to the Valley service downstairs. We're following the Long Island Railroad speed limit of 65 miles per hour. This station is Ridgewood. This station is Ridgewood. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Blueport. Let me see something. Oh shucks, we're not connected. Come on, man. Come on. I'm sad now. I'm sad because I really wanted to do this pass by. Oh well, we'll place the train there. What was I thinking? But all things considered, the version 2 map is playing pretty well. It's a definite improvement from the version 1 map. Oh yeah, by the way, these tracks connect to the Farmingdale branch. As you can see here. I like how I'm giving you an unauthorized sneak peek. Oh, by the way, here's my 10-car Shinkansen E4. The extra car is just to ensure proper platform length. I use this as a measuring train to make sure that my platforms were properly aligned with the train itself. Which is not a problem with stations like this because they give you endpoints that guide you properly. But on the earlier BDCs, you don't have those endpoints to guide you, so you just have to essentially eyeball it and hope that your train is not too far or too close to your platform. I keep hearing Ridge Racer whenever anything has the word ridge in it. When I hear Ridge Racer, I hear Rig Racers. What's the frequency of the electric and diesel sections of my branches? Well, honestly, I don't know. haven't thought that far ahead. But we'll say that the diesel branch runs like once every 40 minutes. And the electric branches run like once every 15 minutes. This station is Blueport. That's gonna be funny if we diverge. This station is Blueport. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Bayfield. I like how Blueport and Bayfield just sound like I took the word Bayport and just separated it into two other stations. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Bayfield. Shinkansen E4 on a diesel line? Yeah, bro. The only reason I actually use them is because they resemble the C3s. This station is Bayfield. This station is Bayfield. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Oakdale. I like how I have two Oakdales on this map. One is for the 4th Railroad and one is for this branch here. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Oakdale. This station is Oakdale. As you can see, there's enough room for well, you'll see it once I flip to the other side. But there's enough room at this station for a second track. I just chose not to add one. This station is Oakdale. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Cobu. Alright, now you're going to see that there's enough room for a second track here. You see where the overhead is placed? You could definitely fit a whole other platform here. Like, based on the gantry placement, there was definitely enough room left for a second track. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Cobu. It's spelled Q-O-B-U-E. So it's this station is Cobu. This station is Cobu. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Aquita. As you leave the train, please step over the gap between the train and the platform. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Riqqua. This station is Riqqua. Whoa, I slipped through the platform. That's funny. This station is Riqqua. This is the train to East Point. The next station is River Park. Now, if I had a full-blooded Shinkansen, I would definitely be able to reach 201 miles per hour on this stretch here. This is the train to East Point. The next station is River Park. We got a long stretch ahead of us. We're gonna hit this hard. This station is River Park. Wait, ooh! I know everyone just went flying forward in their seats. Terrible acceleration. This station is River Park. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Oceanfront. I'm surprised the Shinkansen coaches work well with the 218s. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are, but I'm relieved actually. And will the 3800s arrive? Well, they might do what they did with the 34s and 35s. They might deliver the 37s and 38s together. Maybe send the 38s to South Brooklyn. Hopefully they do it like that, because then that'll be cool. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Oceanfront Museum. This is the train to East Point. The next station is Bay Channel. This station is Bay Channel. I just realized that I didn't lower this platform. Alright, Farside is going to be next. My announcements may be a bit sporadic because I'm doing something else at the moment. This station is Parkside. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Eastpoint. Wait, did it freeze? I hope it didn't freeze. Ladies and gentlemen, at Eastpoint we will take another quick break because I'm going to be a little busy. This station is Parkside. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Eastpoint. At Eastpoint we'll be taking a quick break because I have things to do. This is the train to Eastpoint. The next station is Eastpoint. Be right back. Pro 8942 says. Same here. This station is Eastpoint. Bro's yapping outside, that's crazy. This station is East Point, last stop. Connection is available to a train going back to Jamaica. We'll be taking a 15-minute break here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I apologize for the delay in this stream. That's my fault. My deepest apologies for that. I'm going to read some comments and then we're going to get moving with our second run for the day. I'm no longer doing laundry, so that's good. I think the 3800s will go to the D. I hope the 3800s go to the D, because the 3700s should cover the rest of the B line, if the A doesn't hijack any more sets for itself. Any updates for the 2025 to 2026 XE40s? Oh, you said XE60s, my bad. Well, I'll do both. In terms of the XE40s, we have 5034 and 5036 at Charleston. We no longer have the 2024 LFSE Pluses at Charleston because they're now all at Kingsbridge as of early January and mid-February. 5025 to 5029, all at Kingsbridge. They like running on the BX7 and BX9. In terms of the XE60s, I'm hearing that most of them are going to go to Gun Hill now and some going to Kingsbridge and Quill, but that the Bronx has priority with this order, which is disappointing but not unexpected, because I did expect that they could potentially send the electrics directly to the Bronx to retire some of the older Novas. The 1200s are currently being retired by the 2025 to 2026 XD60s because they're all worn out. I think 1235, 1281, and 83 got retired so far. And if I'm not mistaken, 1237 as well. As soon as all 2010 Novas retire, this will be an official end of buses with gray poles. Yeah, the 2010 Novas had a lot of unique features like the gray poles, the select bus service seating, the blue lights inside. They had a lot of cool features. Hopefully Broadway 8942 will come back soon. Do you like Gun Hill or West Farms 2025 XD60s more? Come on, Mr. Traveler. You know what the answer to that question is. Of course, it's the West Farms ones, namely 6343. I've formed a loving relationship with that unit. It's my new bay, just like 8360. It's been almost 7 years since R262 lived in the Bronx. Wonder how you enjoyed your time in the Bronx. Hopefully you found it okay. And I apologize for the latter part of that Shinkansen run. I completely forgot that I had a meeting that I had to join, and so I wasn't able to render appropriate announcements for the last few stations, those being Bay Channel, Farsight, and East Point. But thankfully the effects were mitigated slightly, that they weren't as effectual as they could have been. Alright, so here's our Shinkansen knot. Let's clear out this train because this... Oh! My compass took me too far. That's funny. Let's clear out this train because this train is no longer in service. Oh, there's not that many people per car anyway. Is 8 people per car? I was running light. Well, then again, it was the morning, so there was that. This is the first time that I've been to East Point on the version 2 map. I've been here several times on the version 1 map, but never on the version 2 map. Alright, as you can see, our Shinkansen knot is now cleared out. If we want, we could take a brief tour inside. As you can see, interior is nice. Perfect for underground usage because it does have an interior. The consist is numbered between 918 and 924, and due to derailment that happened at Chirpace, I actually had to flip the set and put 918 in the front and 924 in the back. Here's a view looking towards the back of the car rather than the front. For this station I used an asset called New Haven Canopy. So that's how you got your roofing, from that asset there. Whole train is cleared out now, and will probably depart sometime later on, maybe at 10 o'clock or so. Because East Point branch service is heavily sporadic. It's not like immediate service the way you would expect it to. Alright, on to our second and final run of the day. Amfleet II from East Point to Jamaica. And I think it was Zach Transit that brought up an important point, which is, it's ironic how the Amfleet IIs have one door and the Amfleet Is have two doors. The reason for that is because the Amfleet IIs are more long-distance commuter trains, whereas the Amfleet Is are like intercity commuter trains. Like they essentially touch all the hot points on the Northeast corridor. There's the DB218 in the back. Surprisingly not numbered. Well, this one's not numbered either. As you can see, I like DB218s considerably. I think this could be the thumbnail for today's stream. Let me just get that real quick. Perfect. Once again, as I said, we have our Amfleet II here. Passengers in the back. Some cars are more worn than others. This train will be taking us to Jamaica, and that will be our final run for the day. After that, I'm not going to be able to stream for another week or so because I will be even more busy than I was right now. 25078. Wow, this car is really worn out. And this car is like, this car is fine. I'm a bit jealous. I just want to make sure I don't have two 25108. So that's 25103, and this one is 25108. It's just like the XD60s, the 2025 XD60s. Same number scheme. I'm going to be very scared when they get to, oh wait, no. They start at 25200, so you completely skipped the 25,000 to 25,199 range, so they're like way ahead of that by now. Like 25,280, I think. That order is coming in very quickly, and I need to start covering it. Oh, I'm back in the shinny. Okay, here's 25078. It's worn out, as you can see. 25073. It says some of these cars are more worn than others. Some cars are not worn. 25040. 25,003. And 25,060. I'll be taking a 1 minute break and then we will get moving again. Oh! No! Bro, I just kicked myself out of live chat. Now I can't see what you guys are saying. That's a crazy move that I just did. I'm deeply disappointed with myself. Okay, there we are. Let's see what you guys are saying. I need more updates for the R262s. I need to make more updates for the 262s. Have you thought of bringing back the V-Train? I have the V-Train in Customia. There's no need for me to bring it back because I have it. I remember seeing Amfleet IIs on the Silver Meteor. Sounds fun. I see them all the time when I go to Penn Station personally. I saw them a lot during Schittler's shutdown back when I was fan Penn Station, when I was trying to find my way again as a person. Do you know that the long distance replacements will all be single level? Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. I wouldn't count on them being double decker. Like, well, you just order more Viewliners? No thanks, we need single deckers. I think they're going to be the Arrows, right? Those new Arrow cars. If you brought back the V, you would replace the R off of Queens Boulevard with the G by running it between Church Avenue and Jamaica 179 via 63rd. Me personally, I'm not against the idea of bringing the G to Forest Hills, but my problem is if you do that, you would need to conduct a massive fleet expansion, and you would need to give the G 10 cars. Those would be my only nitpicks with extending the G line. There's no way in hell I would want to send a 4-car or a 5-car G train to Forest Hills. No. Make the G train 8 cars or 10 cars and then send it up to Forest Hills to expand service along Queens Boulevard, because the R definitely can't do it alone. Leave the M train alone and allow it to keep going along Queens Boulevard, or even use Queens Link, which has been proposed by some people. I'll be right back and then we'll start our second and final run for the day. Alright, let's go. This train is now 20 minutes late. Train 177 to Jamaica. This station is East Point. This is the train to Jamaica. Stopping at Parkside, Bay Chen, Oceanfront, River Park, Aquita, Kobu, Oakdale, Bayfield, Blueport, Ridgewood, Acorn Peak, Starville, Birchwood, Spruce Lane, Springtree, Great Plains, Greenfield, Central Plaza, Skyview Airport, Jamaica. The next station is Parkside. Alright, let's go. I'm back and we're 20 minutes late. Let's yeah, bro, I guess the train was actually waiting for you. That's how we'll play that off. Alright, I'm reading some of the comments here. And this is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Parkside. This station is Parkside. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Bay Channel. Bay Channel is dark territory, by the way. It means there's no signals at that station. Once again, guys, I apologize for that very long delay, which will likely be cut out of the final edition. But for the guys attending the stream right now, they had to endure a very long delay because I became busy with a couple things, namely laundry and a meeting that I forgot I had to do. This Amfleet II consist has definitely seen better days, just like that Arbok that's passing by me, which is quite dusty. To quote the ghoul, New California Republic might want to drop the word new, because y'all looking dusty as hell. That's what I would tell JD Vance if I were so. This station is Bay Chen. Let me flip to the other side. Ooh, XDE on the 51 going to Patchogue. Please remind me to lower this platform when I get the chance. This station is Bay Chen. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Oceanfront. Yeah, let's go, baby. Oh, the door wasn't fully closed yet and I was already starting to move. Do I think the V via Roosevelt Island would be cool? Absolutely, I do. I think it would be a fantastic addition. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Oceanfront. Once again, this is train 177 to Jamaica. We will be making all local stops up to Greenfield. After Greenfield, we will be running Super Express. After Greenfield, the next stops on this train will be Central Plaza, Chirpace, Skyview Airport, and Jamaica. This station is Oceanfront. Those are the leads going to the museum. Alright. This station is Oceanfront. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is River Park. I love saying that. Jamaica. Jamaica. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is River Park. Oh, we're gonna come in on the wrong side. That's funny. Because I forgot to flip the switch. This station is River Park. This station is River Park. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Aquita. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Aquita. Do you know that the M's interlocking is one of New York City's worst junctions because of the sharp S-curve? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Like the Christie Street cut and the Myrtle Avenue Broadway merge. Like on my map, I found a way to fix Myrtle Avenue Broadway. by essentially just having northbound M trains go over the J via a flyover rather than being on grade. Because being on grade delays the J Express from doing its thing. Or it delays the M if they choose to prioritize the J. Either way, nobody wins. The J used to be one of the top lines. Now it's like my least favorite line. Probably because it's all new tech. I'm based. If you couldn't tell. This station is Riqqua. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Kobu. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Kobu. This station is Kobu. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Oakdale. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Oakdale. This station is Oakdale. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Bayfield. I'll get a departure video from here, why not? Oh, the E8A is leading us today? Okay. I could live with it. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Bayfield. Moving up one car. Now we're at 25040. I'm gradually moving up the train, moving west. And this station is Blue. Did I say Bluefield? No, it's not Bluefield. Let's try that again. And this station is Bayfield. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Blueport. And this is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Is it? Why do I keep mixing those two up? Why? Why? And this is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Blueport. Whoa, look at that curve. Ooh! We got some curves here. Looking at the latter three cars of the train. Once again, for anyone tuning in, we are operating an Amfleet II on the Eastpoint branch, going from Eastpoint to Jamaica. This is essentially my main line. Like, Long Island Railroad's main line is between, oh shoot, I might have to e-brake. Hey, Long Island Railroad's main line is between Long Island City and Greenport. Mine is between Hunterspoint Avenue and East Point, essentially. I don't think we're gonna make it, guys. We'll see. Oh, I think we are gonna make it, actually. Okay, the station's on this side. Nice. This station is Blueport. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Ridgewood, which I somehow forgot to connect to the actual station. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Ridgewood. This station is Ridgewood. As you can see, my track is not connected, so it registers it as a dead end. Take some time to admire this overpass. This station is Ridgewood. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Acorn Peak. Just watch it depart. Oh, I'm all the way at the back. Let's go up here. Yeah, here's a good place to film from. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Acorn Peak. I don't think we're gonna make it. We're skipping Acorn Peak. And this is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Starville. Oh, I could have made it! I could have made it! No! I could have made it, bro. I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, shoot. I'm definitely getting fired. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Starville. Bro, I'm getting fired. I'm definitely getting fired. No doubt. This station is Starville. This station is Starville. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Birchwood. Cool. I just realized I didn't put my mic on mute, so you can hear all the ferocious typing. Okay then. Passing by Birchwood Yard right now. Passing by gated crossing at grade level. I see 58 passing by 69, very nice. This station is Birchwood. We're basically slow rolling into the station. I mean, it's fair because we're passing by a yard. This should be the average speed. Think of this station like Spionk or Patchogue. This is such a fun piece of land. Riqqua. This station is Birchwood. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Spruce Lane. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Spruce Lane. This station is Spruce Lane. This station is Spruce Lane. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Springtree. Zach Transit says, I didn't even know there was an F unit in the front. Yeah, I have an F78. Your actions will be reported to the council. What I do wrong, bro? What I do wrong? I'm driving here. I'm driving. I was trying to report me to the council. It's too late in the week for that, bro. It's almost March. They're gonna be like, why are you doing snow runs so late anyway? I'm gonna be like, cause I'm literally looking at snow outside my window. Bro, let me cook. I like this back view I have of these last three cars here. This station is Springtree. This station is Springtree. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Great Plains. Your actions will be notified to the council. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just running a train here. Don't take that out of context, please. This station is not a station because we're not at a station. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Great Plains. Now let me just get my Amfleet in proper position here. Yeah, we could do this view here. I like that view. We'll go to the front of this train. This station is Great Plains. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Greenfield. We will be returning to electrified territory. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Greenfield. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Greenfield Station. Greenfield will be next. You will be able to transfer to the North River Shuttle as well as the electric service going local. This is an express train. The next stop on this train will be Central Plaza, where you can connect to the Bayport and Hazleton branches. Whoa. Okay. This station is Greenfield. This station is Greenfield. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Central Plaza. Wait, how do I position this correctly? That's good. Oh, my mic was. Shoot. This station is Central Plaza. Transfers available to the Bayport branch. This station is Central Plaza. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Chirpace. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Chirpace. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Chirpace. At Chirpace, connections will be available to the Farmingdale and South Farmingdale branches. If you need a connection to those two branches, you may get off at Chirpace and travel east. Once again, Chirpace will be the next stop. There are 3 stops remaining on this train: Chirpace, Skyview Airport, and Jamaica. Jamaica will be the last stop on this train. It's the Boundary Beach branch that we just passed by. This station is Chirpace. Mild overshoot. That's okay. This station is Chirpace. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Skyview Airport. This station is Skyview Airport. Connection is available to the JFK Express. This station is Skyview Airport. This is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Jamaica. And this is the train to Jamaica. The next station is Jamaica. Yeah, we got tripped by a red signal. That was an L moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Jamaica Station. We'll be arriving on track 13. Currently curving towards track 13. Please be sure to grab all your belongings with you before you leave the train. Grab your phone, your wallet, your keys, your bags. Everything of personal value to you, please just grab it. Passing by Outer Bridge. This station is Jamaica. Transfers available to the C, E, Z, and 5 trains. Connections also available to other railroad branches such as the Builders Mall, Bronx Connector, Shoreside, Inter-Customia Terminal, West Change, and Westlands branches. Jamaica Station, this is the last stop on this train, last stop. This station is Jamaica. Last stop. Thank you for riding with the Customia Railroad. There's an R160 on the G right now, 8723 to 27. Awesome. To make the B more reliable, I have it run with the D on 4th Avenue. That would be interesting. So you wouldn't send the N and Q via 4th Avenue if they de-interline D-Cop Junction. You would send the B and D via 4th Avenue. Interesting proposal. Alright, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I gotta go. Thank you all for tuning in. Peace out.